Who's gonna get that money, money, that money, money? All the people in the publishing house and the editors and the marketers and the distributors and What's crackin' lackin', literary geeks? I'm pretty sure I'm ready to start my music career off that first song. Please leave down below if that's something that I should do. You are annoying me, so you're gonna be in the video. Pumpkin has been frustrating me for the last little while. What are you doing? Can I please film? You have food. Please ignore any angry cat sounds you hear in the background of this video. So you see a fancy book on a shelf and you're like, damn, I want that book. That looks like a great book. That book and I are gonna be homies. I've been eyeing that book from across the store like, hey girl, what's up? And you open the cover and you find out that it's $25. $25 on a minimum wage job. That's like 2 hours worth of work for this one book. Or let's say you want a non-fiction one or like a special edition of something and you go over, why is this book $50? $50! Why is this book so expensive? And of course most of us are like, alright, fine, well, you know, the author has to eat. I'm sure that they get a good chunk of this money that's being sold from the product. Then obviously like the publisher gets a good chunk from that too. But why can't it be like $7? Like why can't all books be inexpensive? Books are expensive for a reason. Multiple reasons. First of all, there is publishing overhead. This means that the publishing company themselves has to hire all the editors, the marketers, the distributors, proofreaders, book cover designers, sales representatives, publicists, and so on. Then there's the price of actually printing the book. There is paper, there is ink, there is binding. That already takes up a lot of money, and sometimes up to 20% of what the book price is just for binding and creating the piece of paper. Plus, interesting fact that I learned when I was researching for this video is that a lot of bookstores basically buy books, but then sometimes if they don't all sell, there's just a bunch of books that are hanging around not doing anything, and those they don't get their money back for. In that case, they have to pay shipping to return them and basically have the book destroyed, which is unfortunate, but then they just have all this money that they didn't make. So technically when you're paying for one book, you're paying for a book and a half or 2 books in case other ones don't all sell. Hardbacks or hard copies are also more expensive for a couple of reasons. The first one is kind of like movie tickets. Like you pay for movie tickets ahead of time to go and see a movie, even though that you know the movie is going to be out on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever the heck is on Netflix. Is that whatever it's on? A couple months later. You want to see it right now and you want to see it like in theaters and have the whole experience. Also, sometimes hardcovers have special things about them, like they'll have pretty embossed covers or they'll have bookmarks or special editions that have photos in them. Then you have things like marketing campaigns such as book trailers where you have to hire actors or designers to design the book trailer. You have posters that go out. You have advance copies that go out. And then you also have to pay all the people that are doing all of those jobs marketing your book. And then, finally, lastly, you are still paying the author something for their work. Given some of these books take about a year to write, but other books take years to write. They take 5 years, they take 10 years, they have multiple edit rounds, and if you have series, you have even more of those. Really think about it, all that hard work and effort and re-editing and everything, like only 20 bucks for that? I'd be okay. Like, I really think that it should be more. Like, who wants to have toiled away in work for years and years to be like, oh yeah, here's $3? Like, I'd be angry. And while it is not always feasible for our wallets to be able to afford all of these books, that you have to think about all the things that go into this book. And if you're writing an ebook, it's very similar because you still have marketing, you still have advertising, and you have proofreaders. But then maybe the author themselves also doing some of the marketing or like sales representing, so then they have to take a cut of that for their own salary plus whatever other profit they can make off of that. So ebook writers typically don't get more or less for a typically published book. It's really annoying when someone comes into the bookstore being like, this book is too expensive, and I'm like, okay, well, like, sucks to suck, but I can't do anything about it, I just work here. Also, it does really suck because, like, you want people to read and you want people to be able to cheaply buy books, but it's not feasible sometimes. So pay the full price for your books, people. It's definitely worth it. There is a whole ghost team of people behind that book that you never think about or see that also need to eat and need to have wages. So, you know, books are kind of expensive, but just wait a couple months for the softcover if that's something that you're having an issue with. Or go to a library. There is always that. Join us for our live chat at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube on Sundays, and we are talking about writing nonfiction this week. So all my poetry people, all the screenwriters, make sure to join in, give us all tips, and I hope to see you guys all there.